Hey, everybody. It's me just really coming on to announce that tomorrow night, Petty Party will be on and we'll have special guests, Uganda, the goddess, Uganda Tucker Reed, published author, uh, game creator. She's just a beautiful, beautiful spirit. And I'm really happy that she's coming on with me. I might even wrangle another guest to come on. I'm not going to stay before you very long. I just wanted you to know that I'm still alive, that I've come back from visiting the Martians, aka working on that transcription project that made me feel as if I wanted to wander about. I almost lost my mind. I tell you, anyone who is a transcriber for court reporters and does that work has to know the amount of stress and time that it takes to get it completed. And this one was big. It was like 5 hours of a court proceeding. Now, 1 hour of transcription can easily take 4 hours of, no, 1 hour of audio can easily take 4 hours of transcription. Plus, the way I had to do it was through this, through the player, which is like a music player, the thing you use to go listen to music. I had to use that and not my foot pedal, blah, 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 blah. So that it was just very difficult. I was reaching out to Johnny and some of the other fabulous readers that we love watching on Friday nights. I remember when I used to get on with them and we would be up all hours of the night, especially with Johnny from Thoreau's Apprentice. He is a machine and he can talk and read for hours. He's just a darling and I love him very much. So I reached out to see if he was going live or if anybody else was going live because it's Friday night and it would be very entertaining. But we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow night. There's just so much stuff that has made the news. And aside from that, we are going to play some games, which will be interactive. And you will all be expected to participate. They're fun games. And let's see what else. And we're going to have a giveaway. I am going to ask Uganda to give away one of her books or one of the games. They're just a lot of fun. I've played the game before. One is called Build a Man. Yeah, wouldn't that be great if we could just build a man, which is a whole lot of fun. And the other one is called Delusory, which was equally a lot of fun. And the whole idea of the game is that the questions are asked and you have to answer the questions like that. You don't have a whole lot of time to think about your answer. You just kind of do it right now. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be relaxing. So come ready to play and have some good times. And as we move back into our pettiness, I'd been pretty freaking serious because there was so much seriousness in the air. And I had personally decided, I've stopped watching news reports for a minute. Hold on, let me turn down the TV set in case it's interfering. So we have a whole lot we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. Just so much juicy teacups. I notice there's a lot of vloggers who are spilling the tea. So I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow morning, speaking of transcribing work, a young rabbi reached out to me looking for someone to transcribe his sermons. So tomorrow, he's invited me to his synagogue. He says they meet outside, I guess, because of Miss C19. I don't know. Anyway, first of all, I've attended a bris which if you are Jewish, you know, is the cutting of the foreskin of a baby with a moil who remove. It's a big ceremony. I've attended a bris, but with all of the years and all of my Jewish friends, I've never attended a synagogue. So it's going to be very, very interesting to me. The challenging part of this particular job is that it's Shabbat, it's Sabbath, so I won't be able to take notes. I won't be able to record. And therefore, we'll have to figure out, how do you expect me to transcribe it? I hope he's written something so that I can transcribe and post it for him. I want to say hello to Sharon Sipe, who was first in the room. Cardamancy Mesquite, my love. Doreen Arnold. You know, there's only like the 4 of us or the 6 of us. I don't know, but I'm always grateful when you come on, when you see me go live. I'm always very grateful to have you join me. Hi, Electra Storm. I was just saying that I was looking around to see if Johnny or Adrian from Red Lentil Healing or Jen Lynn with Jen Lynn's Tarot. I hope you all joined her for the live when she was doing her charity for the international, I think it was the International Animals, the International ASPCA, I think the International Animals Organization, showing some love for her. And you can always go back and click on that link from that particular show and donate, so it stays up, I guess, in ad infinitum. I don't know that Becca's going to do anything. I just love what Becca does because it's like science or detective work or something, just the way she can lay those cards out and link all of that stuff together. I'm catching up on my video watching because I was really not in a position where I could do so last week. And hey, Cadence Blue, I wasn't able to watch anything. I was totally chained to my laptop with headphones on. I mean, to the point where my ears got sore, okay? And then after all that work, it turned it in. Miss Honey came back with with complaints, honey. So because I'm such a nice person, I listened and I went back in and spent some more hours like correcting whatever it was that she needed done. It was really intense. And so I'm resting from that. Hi, Sandra Nevins. I don't think I'm going to do much more of that kind of work for a while. I don't know, because the real deal is if someone wants me to do it, I am not in a position where at least I don't think I am, where I can afford to say I ain't going to do something if they're paying. So, yeah. So I hope that you all have had a lovely week. I hope that you have sometime during the week experienced an answered prayer or something wonderful has happened, or, you know, you're smiling now because it is the end of the week and you're able to put your feet up and have a nice glass of wine or whatever it is you're drinking. You know, I really hope you all are doing well. I really do. Let's see, what else? What did I want to say? Well, I again just thought I'd come up. We got a new time, as you know. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that we go live now. And I'm actually thinking about maybe coming on every Saturday. It's just a thought right now. I have some really interesting topics I'd like to discuss and some guests that I'm rounding up to come on so that, ooh, Jesus, I just had a personal summer. I feel like Johnny. I just had a flash, child. Woo! um, yeah, it makes you you kind of lose your mind for a minute too. Hi, Lena Finney. I I have some very interesting topics I'd like to dig into, and so I'm currently reaching out to guests. Some of them are even vloggers themselves that would come on and interview with many of the topics I want to talk about. So I'm reaching out. I want to always make it interesting. And tomorrow night, I'm actually going to take out my cards and I'm going to see how well I do throwing the cards on some of the topics we read about. I want to see how well I do. I have been studying. I did take time out to study and to touch them and to play with them and to ask questions or whatever. So I'm going to go solo to see how well I do with that. If Johnny is in the room tomorrow night, he might correct me or throw me a bone or something. I don't know. I just love knowing that he's in the room. So it is now about 8:44 p.m. As I stated at the top, I just wanted to announce that we'll be on tomorrow night, May 8th. Can you believe that in a few weeks we will be 6 months into this new year of 2021? My, how time flies. Yeah, whoa. And when it gets to June, it's almost like it's downhill from there. Oh my God. Yes. It's like it's just downhill. Oh, well, I don't want to say that. That sounds pretty negative. I mean, I don't know about you, but when June comes, it's almost as if I began to count down the months before we'll be saying happy 2022. Wow. And I tell you, these first 6 months, these first 5.5, and have not been dull. It's like we thought we had crossed a threshold because 45 was no longer seated. But he sticks around like a fart, a sizzler, one of those really, really stinky ones that just kind of lingers in the air like a gray fucking cloud. He just is stinking, spreading bullshit with the help of the likes of that bitch from Neptune, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Lauren Boebert, and Kevin, I'm a Jellyfish, McCarthy, all of these kiss asses, Lindsey Graham, all of them that are upholding him. Oh my God. These people, I'm convinced, have no souls. There's something wrong with them. There is something wrong with them. And you get to the point where you don't even want to talk to any of them, anybody who's a Trump supporter, because they are not going to hear reason. They are not going to make any sense. I imagine that since Raffensperger, our cheating ass Secretary of State, well, he cheated in the past. This time, his feet were to the fire, and he had to tell the truth that there was no voter fraud in Georgia. Has thrown his hat in the ring. So I imagine I will be receiving a call to go in and do the polling for Republicans. I'm the mole. So I'll come back and tell you what I found out. But since we're calling Republicans, I won't be surprised if it's just people talking shit. They talk a whole lot of shit. So I won't be surprised about that. And it's very subjective. Hi, Jaconda Thomas. Jaconda. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's a pretty name. So I imagine I'll be getting a call for that very soon. And trust and believe, I am a dyed-in-the-wool lifetime liberal, and I only go for the money. I don't go, hey, Kesha, I don't go because, I mean, I don't go and do this shit for fun. I don't at all. It's all about the Benjamin. So that's why I take the work. Woo! So I think, yes, Jaconda, liberal and loving it. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with having a heart for other people. I don't understand why after the last 5 years or 4 years, Republicans don't want to, all they want to do is stop Joe Biden. They have absolutely no desire to help Americans. There are people who are still loving on Trump that receive $1,400 checks that from a president they don't believe is the fucking president. The way I feel about it is if you don't think he's president and you hate him so much, return the money or send it to me. I can put it to good use. It's utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. However, you can't reason with crazy. You can't reason with a bag of cats. You just have to let them go on and believe what they believe. I want to say in advance, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the aunties. I have a bouquet back there of red roses. The white rose is representative of my mother who has transitioned in our tradition. When we celebrate Mother's Day, those of us that wear white roses symbolize the passing or the transition of our mothers. And so I saw these roses today and I thought I'd purchase them. I love flowers and plants and all of that. So happy Mother's Day to all of you. Hi, CC Ryder. You've been listening and drinking a cup of coffee. Girl, what you doing? Drinking a cup of coffee at 8 something? Are you going to be wired for the rest of the night? I couldn't drink coffee this late at night. I'm already bouncing off the walls. As much as I love coffee, a cup of coffee would have me climbing it. Yeah, well, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Oh, no, let's see. Kesha says, Auntie over here, no kids, but I love my baby girl, niece. Me too, Kesha. I don't have children of my own, but I have plenty of calabash, what I call not blood, nieces and nephews. My baby Josh Starr is graduating from Howard magna cum laude with his bachelor, his BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts. I'm so proud of him. His sister has graduated with honors also, and I think she has a role in the latest Marvel movies, and she's been actually signed up for the next 4 or 5 installments of that franchise. So I'm proud of these babies, and plus she's earning money, and if I need a few bucks, I can always ask her for some. She's always happy to help Auntie out. So I'm really proud of those 2 young people. They are pursuing their dreams, and they have been pleasant children as long as I've known them. So they're just 2 of the ones that, hi, J-Lo, big hugs to you too. Hi, CC Ryder. You said I need to write a book or a screenplay about my life. You're not the only person that has said that. I have friends who say I really need to write about my many adventures. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it though, because not everybody involved was innocent, child. Shit. I had many adventures. Some of them I could actually have done without, but they made me stronger and smarter, as my friend would say. My friend Imani Van Zap who is a professional shit fixer. That's what she calls herself. So she says she helps us to become stronger and better. So one day maybe I'll take pen to paper because, when I think about it, I've had a pretty wonderful life. I've been blessed to be able to rub elbows and meet some iconic musicians and stars, musicians and singers in this. JC, thank you. And perhaps someday I'll write about it. But as I said, some of these things you don't know, you should write it as fiction because I don't want nobody coming after my ass, at all. I do not want that. What are you all going to be doing tonight? Hate, I hope I'm saying Jaconda's name properly. She says hate is a religion for some people, but the feminine energy is now on the planet and it bothers some people. Love will prevail, and you are absolutely right, because love is ultimately the healer. It is the answer. I mean, there's a call on us to be loving, even to the ones we don't like. And yes, the feminine energy is rising up and it can't be stopped. And it's rising up in this country where we've been ruled by a whole bunch of Viagra taking, lip, dick, dry ball motherfuckers, It's time for them to take their gray asses home and write a book and tell a bunch of lies, like I'm sure Mike Pence will do. He's going to lie. But I mean, Mike Pence, what? You'd have more fun looking at a rock, or a lump of warm cottage cheese sitting on a Formica countertop with the water leaving. I mean, I don't know that I would want to read anything Pence writes about. And he'll use his dogmatic religion he's a dangerous cat, because he's one of these ones that I think wants to create a theocracy or something. They really think that their version of God is the only God and blah, 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 blah. I would venture to say they're going to have some surprises. If they think they have a guaranteed seat in heaven, they have some surprises coming to them. Keisha says she's getting ready to eat some brownies. Girl, I have some brownies. I think I might heat one up with just a whole scoop of vanilla ice cream. Divine. I think I may have. And Jaconda says she's drinking a strong cup of dark. Girl, you are my hero. French roast. That's deep coffee. It ain't to be played with. It's not for the weak. So what I'm going to do, though, I think is I bought this lovely agave tequila, eat my brownie with my ice cream, and get ready for my adventure to the synagogue tomorrow. I don't know what to expect, but Librans are just nosy. We just want to know. So if only because I'm nosy that I go, then I will be going. Some of the topics we'll talk about tomorrow, of course, are the current political news. As I said, I'm going to see how well the study that I've been doing will pan out in terms of reading the cards. I have a beautiful guest coming on. She's a sweet, sweet spirit, just a lovely person. And we're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to playing the games. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have to say, because you have to participate. CC Ryder says the toxic Christian GOP believes Trump was chosen by God to help them install Christian nationalism. They fail to see he will usher in their downfall. First of all, I don't think that there is a such thing as a Christian GOP, and I'm going to tell you why, because they're talking a bunch of shit. Nobody is walking in the way of the Christ. They are not. They are using their religion and parsing scriptures and stuff to justify their hatred and their hatefulness. That's what they're using it for, to justify the things that they hate. And it's kind of amazing to me that they can take a scripture and manipulate it so that God hates the same thing. But that's a whole nother show. So I'm really excited about tomorrow night. I'm actually excited about some of the upcoming shows. I want to give a shout out to DDM at Secretary of Shade. I just love him. He is a well-researched vlogger who speaks in urban terms, he's able to break down political activities in a manner that is both understandable and hilarious. Shout out to Jesse Dollamore. I'll be using some of the names that he's used to call some of the people that he's been watching. He's an amazing wordsmith, so I'll be using some of his language. I don't want to act like it's original, because it is not. You know, I watch many. I love Jesse too, J-Lo. He's hilarious to me. And both of these men are at Dollamore Daily. They are both well-researched people, and they come with facts, and they come with. It says my connection is unstable. I might need to plug in my thing. Hang on for a minute. My laptop plugged in order to get the most out of it. I got some kind of error message saying that my connection was unstable. The other thing could be the Wi-Fi too, but let me see here. Okay. Let me see here. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Because I guess it doesn't take long for the battery to go down. And also in my life, I don't look to religion. I've asked too many questions, even as a little girl. It makes I wasn't getting good answers. So I have gone on a search for truth. And I subscribe to the Holy Spirit, because that's what I call the spirit that dwells within all of us. That's whom I rely on. That's when I'm reading cards when I'm reading or doing anything else, that's who I call on to lead and guide me, so that I feel like I can get a higher meaning from what I'm reading. CC Ryder says, unfortunately, the local churches follow the lead of Christian influences like Franklin Graham and ignore, rationalize, and excuse the GOP. Okay, yeah, they do. They do exactly that, because you know what? The evangelicals have been trying to gain that kind of direct access to the White House for years. And with Paula White, that false prophet, being there, they actually had access to the White House. Now, we all know there ain't nothing holy about 45. Ain't nothing holy about him, except maybe it's some holes in his underwear or in his socks that he doesn't. You can't talk to a man who thinks that they are God, or thinks they are above God, or who makes dumb comments like, I've never asked for forgiveness because I've never done anything wrong. How diluted is that? you know, everything you did in your 4 years of presidency was wrong. Okay? You wouldn't know right if it was sitting on your face. So, yeah. So they're thinking that their whole idea is that, yeah, God brought him there. The Jazzy's think he was there to bust all the pedophiles. No research, because they would see that the one that's supposed to be doing away with them was actually accused of being one. So, you dumbasses, I just have lost patience with all of these conspiracy theories, and I'm so glad that Dominion has stuck to their guns and all of these billions of dollars of lawsuits, because now everybody that was all talking all that bullshit about a stolen election and rigged and voter fraud and all of that. I'm so happy that the Newsmax and Fox and all of those right-wing channels have had to walk that back, because none of them want to get sued for 1.3 billion or 1.6 billion. Ask Rudy. Rudy. Ask him. How does it feel to be sued by the Dominion for 1.3 billion bucks when your ass is obviously feeling a money strain, according to news reporting, that you had to lay off or get rid of staff, and that you're using your friend's son to drive you around? And it doesn't seem like anybody's coming to your. I don't see anybody writing any checks to help you get out of this shit, because they don't want to be called on. They don't want the feds to come and knock on their door at 5:30 or 6 in the morning with a warrant to search. J-Lo says, I think we need to ask Rudy where Jimmy Hoffa is, seeing he had Hunter Biden laptop and hard drives. You know what? Oh, Lord. I don't know what kind of drugs or drink these people are. I don't know what they're taking, but it must be some really good shit. Because they have spent so much time rewriting the history of not just the nation, excuse me, but rewriting the history of what has happened in the last 4 years, and in particularly the last 5 months. Republicans are trying to act as if January 6th was a walk in the park, like it wasn't nothing. You know, Ron Johnson with his down low ass, I know he sucks dick and swallows. He ain't fooling me. And I'm not mad if that's your thing. But for him to make such stupid cracks, like if it had been Black Lives Matter, I would have been scared. But I'm not afraid of those people. And for them to sort of say, for anybody to say that everybody was calm and peaceful and all that bullshit, Josh Hawley, I see for you a very hard time in politics, boo. I see your ass running scared. And there won't be any way you can backtrack a damn thing, because you said it and you did it. I actually got in my spam folder an email from Josh Hawley asking me if I wanted a free copy of his book. You know, I wish you could just write back and say, fuck you and your book. Stick it up your ass. Stick it up as far as it'll go. No, hell no, I don't want your damn book. I had, even in my main email, gotten some Trump supporting stuff. I'm not the one. I'm just simply not the one. Not the one. But aren't y'all sick of it? Aren't you just fucking sick of it? Hi, Wendy K. Aren't you just sick of it? You just say, damn. Oh, the lies. And of course, we have to talk about Uncle Tim Scott tomorrow night. I have some choice words for him in that lie-packed rebuttal that he gave to President Biden's, well, it was akin to a State of the Union. It might not have been the official State of the Union, but I can't wait to address his transgressions. CC Ryder says the GOP operatives are so comfortable peddling lies and engaging in corruption because they have built a shield. They have a built-in shield with Fox, OAN, Newsmax to provide cover stories for them and discredit investigations. Hi, Wendy K. Yeah, I agree. They have these places they can go and spread that stuff. I was really pleased that Facebook had upheld their decision not to let his stupid ass back on Facebook. But you know what? Zuckerberg needs his ass kicked also, or that fucking battery in his back pulled out. I don't think he's real. He just looks like AI to me. Can you imagine making love to that guy? Ooh, Lord Jesus. He may be full of surprises. He may actually be good. I just don't get good at it, though. You dig? I just look at him and say, ooh, yeah. I really want a piece of that. But I think they might be trying to hurry up Twitter, Jack Dorsey. They might be trying to do a whole bunch of like cleanup because, their companies, Facebook hasn't done a great job of not only protecting our data and our personal information, but they haven't done a great job of keeping hate groups from organizing on that platform. That Facebook platform has been a terror. It has been a terror for the last 4 years. And Zuckerberg knew about it. He and Sheryl Sandberg have known about it. They have vilified employees who have said that this is fucked up because they showed disloyalty to the company. Bitch, shut up. You up in someplace high up in the sky with protection. You don't have to be down here with any of us. So both you and Mark Zuckerberg ought to be ashamed of yourselves that you have put profits before people's lives. That by the time any of you on Twitter or on Facebook decide to take something down, it's already spread at the speed of light across the internets. You all are responsible. You hold some responsibility for what has happened and what is happening. Because if we are to believe what we hear, it may not get better with these supremacists. They may actually ramp up. And I just read in, I think it was Alternate, that Trump is planning to do these rallies this summer, that he's going to go out and do his Hitler-like rallies, his white supremacist rallies in all these cities across America. I believe in First Amendment rights, but with First Amendment rights and free speech comes responsibility. When you're talking bullshit and you're lying and you're stirring up trouble, there is a response. You have to bear responsibility. And for Tim Scott, this just wants to stand up and say that somehow Biden is dividing the nation. I want to kick him right in his fucking nuts, if he has any. If he hasn't, yeah, if he has any. I don't get it. I don't get it. As I said, they must be on some damn good ass drugs. because I don't know how anybody with any reasonable human being with a modicum of sense can listen to this garbage and think that it's good. And now we have the bitch from Neptune, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Matt Gaetz, the pedo. This is entertainment, YouTube, entertainment, only YouTube. Raising. For them, they don't go there to govern. It's showtime. They go there to be superstars. They go there to be seen. They're not smart enough to do anything. They're not smart people. They're not there because hell, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the stupidest bitch sitting up in there, up in the House of Representatives. She makes the stupidest comments. And yet, the inbred hillbillies or whatever town she's from in North Fulton County, or not North Fulton, but North Georgia, voted her ass in and would vote for her again. She needs to, I guess all you have to do is be a gym owner or something and have a little bit of cheese to be a representative. Her opponent was even worse because he was going to come out and shoot Corona. So, there you have it. She was the least of the worst. He was filmed with an AK or something talking about how he was going to kill coronavirus. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Another hot flash. Woo-wee. Well, again, I take umbrage when anybody calls any of these evangelicals Christians. They don't even go together. They're just as money hungry and greedy as anyone. They are there for the money. How are you going to be a nonprofit and get all these tax breaks and then receive even more tax breaks under Trump for your planes or for your thises or for your that's? They're not paying taxes anyway. So how much more tax cuts do they actually need? Or do they deserve? Yeah, I know on May 26th, we have a super full moon. Uganda is saying that the tide is going to turn. The tide is turning. It is turning, and our country is in travail, just as the woman who's giving birth, because the people like Rick Santorum and we got some choice words for all the white folks who seem to think that if it hadn't been for them, this country would be nothing, that it was nothing. There was nothing and nobody here when they brought the virus, diseased asses here. That seems to be the thinking of many white supremacists, that the earth wouldn't exist. Life as we know it wouldn't exist had it not been for them. Because, of course, nobody of color has ever contributed to anything. There's a story that I saw on one of my Magic 104 news feeds where a white man had enslaved a black man who he isn't mentally tight. He probably has the IQ of a child. He's working this man 100 hours a week, enslaving him in his restaurants. And so he was awarded over $500,000. But I would like to see what fate the restaurant owner is going to face for this forced enslavement. Shame. It's shame. Shame. It is a shame. Oh, J-Lo, you say it's not a hot flash, it's a power surge. Okay, yeah. I just had just had a couple of power surges here. Yeah, well, I don't know how any man can say a woman is like that. We're the weak ones, child. They couldn't stand the things that we endure hormonally. They couldn't stand anybody that can carry a baby is not weak and is fucking amazing. I don't know how they can call us the weaker sex. I'm with Miss Betty White, who says, I paraphrase, but she was saying everybody keep talking about growing a pair of balls. They need to grow a vagina because those things can take a pounding. We are not the weaker ones. Hi, Maja. Is it Maja? Maja's Tarot. Hi there. How are you? We are not the weak ones. And I'm glad to see all of the women that Biden has put in place in his cabinet. I'm really happy to see these women. I'm happy to see the diversity. Jaconda says, I noticed after your hot flash, your connection cleared up. Vagina power. Yeah, girl, my shit's powerful. It ain't for the weak. Oh my goodness. So I've been on for about an hour. I thank all 18 of you that have come on. I want you to like, share, subscribe, get the word out. Come back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. when we will be playing games. And I want you to know that this is a safe space so that we can have a lot of fun. And I have it fixed so that nobody underage can get on. Some of the topics that we're going to cover are going to be pretty racy. Sounds good, doesn't it? So I'm going to take my vagina power. Yes, Sharon Granger. Men would fall apart if they had a period or had to give birth without drugs. Yeah, they don't have a clue. Men crumble when they have a cold. They act like big babies. So you know that they couldn't possibly make it if they had to have babies. So I will see you all. Yeah, pussy power. All of that. Yay. Yay. Right on. I will see you all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Come on, prepare to have some fun because that's what we're going to do. And let us play the game. And thank all of you for joining me. I really do appreciate those of you that come on, no matter when I come on, and who have hung in here with me. I appreciate the moderators who come on and slay anybody who wants to visit the channel that is being negative or don't have shit to say that anybody's interested in hearing. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow night. I really do. We're going to have a ball. All right. Good evening, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the night. Bye-bye.